Hello again everyone, Edwin Learnard back once again. In this YouTube astrological segment I'm going to be talking about Chiron in Taurus in a natal horoscope. Well, as most of you know, I'm sure, Chiron is associated, well, it's referred to as the wounded, I guess you could say the wounded healer. It shows a point in our horoscope where we strongly emphasize and accentuate as far as helping others in this department, but we often have the inability to help ourselves, or at least not nearly as much as we help others in this sector or area of life. Now, this could be a lot of overcompensation. Perhaps maybe it's attributed somehow to the fact that we're helping others in this department, that we don't pay attention to this need for ourselves is maybe one possibility. And anyway, and also it's important to look at the house placement of Chiron, I would say more so than the sign, because Chiron transits a sign for about 4 to 5 years on average per sign. Well, anyway, the first thing with Chiron in Taurus, it indicates to me that Taurus is about persistence, determination, perseverance, and the way I see this is that perhaps even more so by the house placement, this shows where maybe we can encourage others to tough things out through dogged effort, through determination, through tenacity, stick-to-itiveness, and follow through on projects or what have you. But at the same time, we may lack this persistence. I mean, when I say we, the people that have Chiron in Taurus. Now, if say someone has Chiron in Taurus in the 3rd house, this could indicate maybe communications that quote-unquote lack persistence. It could indicate somebody that may talk to somebody for a little bit, and for whatever reason there's some detachment, or they're unable to keep communications going for whatever reason. But at the same time, this person might be very encouraging to other people in doing so, as far as staying in contact with others. If Chiron, say, is in Taurus, say it's in the 9th house, this could indicate someone that talks to people, encourages them to, as far as higher education, as far as traveling, involvement with other cultures, emphasizing the abstract mind. But what could happen is this person that has this placement might have difficulty in doing so for his or herself, not because they don't have the potential to or what have you, but because maybe they're emphasizing this strongly with others. And as I talked about before, it can indicate some preoccupation, and there's overcompensation, which can cause the person to neglect this area in their own life, I believe. Now, also this could indicate someone with Chiron in Taurus could be able to talk to others about values, about things of a monetary nature, about generating substantial income, doing things as far as values and things of possessions in a monetary nature, and encourage others to do what they have to have their nest egg, so to speak, to have their retirement plan, to make money. But at the same time, the person that has this placement might have difficulty in doing so for his or herself. Now, perhaps this could be attributed to some self-esteem issues in this area, and when the person learns to value his or her own self, he could be able to do some of these things that maybe he or she may lack in their life. Now, it could also indicate that this person might, in some instances, make a substantial income, but just doesn't feel quite satisfied, or feels a sense of lack. Now, because this is more important and significant by house placement, I believe, as opposed to sign, keep in mind, if somebody were to have, say, a strong emphasis of earth signs in their chart, or have a stellium in Taurus, Taurus ascendant, this could show strong pragmatism and practicality, and strong ability to generate money, and would really would modify this influence considerably as far as the Chiron and Taurus placement. So that's really what's important to remember, and take the whole horoscope into consideration when you're delineating as far as this placement goes. So basically, that is what I'm saying as far as the Chiron in Taurus placement, and it has to do with once the person values themselves stronger, there may be greater ability and potential to do things as far as their feeling of self-worth about themselves, in generating perhaps generating more money, and in doing so making maybe things of a monetary nature may make this person feel better about his or herself, as when they start to emphasize this in their own lives. Well, anyway, people, that'll conclude this YouTube astrological segment for Chiron and Taurus in the natal horoscope. Stay tuned next time, where I'll be talking about Chiron and Gemini in a natal chart. Two things I want to get with you on before I head out. Firstly, the stars may impel but do not compel. And secondly, never isolate any single astrological element, aspect, planetary placement, position, configuration, influence, or what have you, and make an analysis of a person, astrologically speaking, based on this alone, because a person astrologically is the sum of all their components in their natal chart, and not just one. Until next time, people, stay well.